Let me say good evening and thanks for joining me. My name is Damian Phillips, as you heard in my promo, and I'm here again to do it one more time. And I was about to say the final show before election, but that wouldn't have been accurate. That would have been inaccurate because next week, Wednesday, the 3rd, that's going to be September 3, that is when the election will be on. And yeah, so tonight it's going to be a great night. And I don't know if I'm going to embarrass my friend, but let me say good evening to Kizzy. Kizzy fly down for election and doing some one only power work. And I have to say big up. Without further ado, let me introduce my guest. This evening, we are fortunate to have a working member of the Jamaica Labour Party, Ryan Strawn. Good evening, sir.
How you doing? Evening to you.
I am good. And Ryan is the president of the G2K?
Farmer, but a lot of
Oh,
people still call me the president. But I stopped harassing the PNP via G2K 3 years ago. So
Gotcha.
that
Nothing
could
wrong
be
with that because I still hear comrade refer to people like Al Wickham McNeil, who years ago them man they did a minister and say Minister McNeil. So that's all right.
exactly.
That's all right.
Ex-
So what's your current position right now in the party, you'd say?
Well, I'm on standing committee, central executive, which
Gotcha.
are the two, two of the more senior decision making bodies or
Mm-hmm.
committees within the party. The other being operations council, which I'm not on.
Gotcha.
So, privy to a lot of information that, we keep quiet until it's in the public space, but definitely plugged into a lot of what's going on with the party,
Gotcha.
what the organs are thinking, doing,
Mm-hmm.
executing. So, yeah, still involved heavily,
Yes.
more on a broad scale level. I do a lot of work across a number of areas. So, and I'm on social media, and the party has a mandate me to be on social media, but once you're convicted about something, you're gonna share it through whatever means, eh?
And
So
that is where I'm at because every time I post, I just make comments on X or Facebook or wherever it's at, post on TikTok, and I get cuss out me all dirty labor right. Me figure cut me ear.
yeah,
Most I get paid. The famous question, I like it in the question. How much are you being paid to do this? And I'm like, what?
yeah,
Pay?
exactly,
What you talking about?
exactly.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
only if only we were paid, right? But I say, there's something about being part of a movement, and you don't
Mhm.
need to be compensated for it. It just goes to show that many times it's bigger than a person. You feel like
Mhm.
you're part of something that
Yes.
is worth
Yes.
giving of your time, and so
Yes.
I happily do that.
And I can tell people my background right now, currently, I'm an HVAC technician. So I do AC stuff like that.
Mm,
But my previous life, I had my own band. I don't know if you remember Rising Star, first Rising Star Kevin. He was out from my band from Portland
I
and
think
stuff
so,
like
yeah,
that.
sure.
There's a thing when you do something from your heart without even being paid, it have
Yeah,
a more meaning to it.
absolutely.
I don't feel the dedication I have to come here every Monday night. I feel like if I did really I get one check, at some point it I feel like work. And then
Yeah,
the zeal wouldn't be there. So I'm just, getting to know you, giving my viewers a couple of minutes. And let me tell you from now, sir, I don't have no 50 million viewers. Me have
uh,
some faithful people come every Monday night, but I grew up in a church and me
uh,
know if one person can hear a word and that convince them for vote JLP next week, Wednesday, mission accomplished. You know,
no,
because
I
some of
mean,
the time
I
them
mean, the way I view it, in fact, I can just share this now, then. But I'll say this that listen, when you're building something, I tell people all the time, you don't start at the roof, and the strength of
exactly.
anything you build, as you know, you're a musician, so you know how many hours you have to spend
Yep.
perfecting the craft.
Yep.
On chat.
When people hear the final thing recorded, you're like the amount of work I put in it. Sometime years ago that the song they write and arrange and mix 50 million times. So yeah, I like that music analogy.
And the truth is, nothing worth having is built immediately. So don't think that I'm here for anything or self promotion. I'm really just here to chat and see where the conversation goes. But whether it's I've been on TV, spoken at JLP conference, the whole works, and to me
Right.
it's just the same. So
I
don't feel
appreciate it.
anyway. I'm here from here to chat. So
I
let's
appreciate it. And I
talk.
like that because when I started this years ago, I started in Portland on the
Mm,
local cable. And I remember like the first couple of weeks I had my notes on my laptop because I think we had one compact back then, oh 06, oh 07, it's a computer laptop. And I realized when I asked question one and the person answer, I was so focused on the question. So they may answer question five in question one or two. And then when I reach there, I still either ask the question again or get thrown off. So I'm a free flower.
sure.
Some people at times say DP are all over the place, but
Mm.
as politics we attack, and you just said you're okay with that. So yeah.
Yeah, man, no worries, man. I'm
All
here.
right.
Let's
So let
talk.
me go ahead now and officially welcome my viewers. Good evening, viewers. If you're just logging in, you missed the introduction. Me and Ryan just a chit chat a while ago, and it felt so organic, like I wasn't even in front of camera. I just feel like me meet somebody and I talk to them. That's the feeling I got a while ago.
Yeah, for sure.
But Ryan Strachan is here with me, my special guest this evening. And we'll be talking politics because, of course, next week is election. Also, we're live on my YouTube channel, which is DP Live. We're also live on one of the biggest radio station in New York. So big up Vibes Corner Radio. You can just type in what that go? Vibes Corner Radio, VCR Radio, and you can listen 24/7. Yeah, big up management because let me tell you a secret now, Ryan. So the people on my own radio station, they are big PNP, but they have a part them think everybody that. And I know people are say, kick off the boy, then I'll be a fool, him chat.
Yes. But you
I'm
bring
still
in value. You bring in value, so they should
here
tune
in
in
my
and
second
listen as
year.
well.
So we're
I might
here.
learn. You know.
Yep. Share the link.
Yeah.
Share the link, guys. Share the links, and I see people rolling in, and of course, I see you guys see that I have my thing up. So once you comment, it will be there. And let me apologize from now. Maybe I get so indulged in the conversation, but that's why I have this feature where once you see you say something, just type it. If you're watching on Facebook, you won't be able. I won't be able to see your comments. So if you want me to see your comment, please just jump over to YouTube, type in DP Live, search for me. You may see something about lifestyle come up. That's where we are. And again, I want to see some more numbers. More broke some records tonight. So please share the link. First off the bat, the debates. What's your take on what we experienced a couple of nights ago?
Well, I tell people my views on debates are pretty straightforward. I always think that there's the believability factor. Anybody can get up and say anything. The prime minister has made the allusion of horses can fly, and
Mm-hmm.
you believe the person who says horses can fly, and then they say, all right, we're going to sell you one or two, so buy it, and then when they can't fly, we're disappointed. So my view
Mm-hmm.
is on debates are very it's tempered. I temper it with the whole element of reality versus dreams. I'm not really so interested in witty quips and all of
Yeah.
that, remarks. So when you have a Pernell Charles, you have a Kamina Johnson Smith, both of whom have been, pretty high performing ministers, Kamina especially.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. She brought up an illustration the other day that people are. I think when things going good, people forget
Yes.
when Jamaicans will be going to Trinidad and be greeted with hostility. And I go to Trinidad frequently, so you know a little. There's a little bit about it, and there'll be
Yes.
contention with exports. And no, you don't hear it anymore. And then somehow people will let to think, boy, it just kind of happened by magic. And no, it's actually via the intervention of a foreign affairs ministry
Mm-hmm.
that knows what they're doing.
Yes.
And then you have a Matthew Samuda who, by all accounts, has been the most productive water minister in our history
Mm-hmm.
and has broken ground and executed and has several projects on the way to the tune of billions. I mean, today, I had a conversation online with a brethren from Manchester, and that's one of the parishes my family is from.
My dad is from Manchester too.
Yeah, we're in Manchester.
What I place the name?
North, south,
Me don't know that thing, but a place called
hills.
Chantilly, which is close to
Yeah, no, I think I know. I have an
yeah,
idea where that is.
yeah. Somewhere better.
So my family's from the hills there, right? So
Mm-hmm.
running water and all that. Well, at the time, not I didn't grow up there. At the time,
Right.
running water was a premium. Actually, didn't really exist. So we had the big tanks in my grandmother's house and all of that.
Wells.
So I said to say that when I say in the Virgin that the greater Mandeville water project is about to be completed, and
Mm-hmm.
he said, "Yo, I've been hearing about for 20 years," and I said, "No, no, no, I don't think you understand. It's not like it started or we are going to do it in the next term. It
Right.
started X number of years ago, and it's about to be done."
Yes.
I think when you have a minister who can speak in that way about several projects, the
Mm-hmm.
weight of his words is a lot heavier
Yes.
than somebody who just comes there to make a joke or try poke fun at really serious
It's
things.
interesting you said that because I was listening a radio station this morning and I heard a clip from the US and they were talking about Washington overtaking with crime
Mm,
and they mentioned Trinidad.
mhm.
And I said to myself, a couple years ago, that Caribbean island would have been Jamaica. When they're
Yeah,
talking about
man.
crime
Yeah,
and I said,
yeah.
hold on. So this is not a fairy tale. This is not a make believe. This is not JLP people telling lies to say we are doing better. when somebody from America government is making statement about how bad their thing is, and oh, it's like we're competing with Trinidad to be, and I said, no, 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 something good is happening.
Yeah, I mean it's without a doubt. The crime numbers is something I watch very closely and have done for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm an investor, so by nature, I'm used to seeing capital or results follow capital. There's
Gotcha.
nowhere in the world where results come first without
Mm-hmm.
capital behind it. And
Mm-hmm.
over the years, seeing the investments in the police stations, the motor vehicles, not just, and then the declaration of intent to
Yes.
do these things, and then seeing the capital follow it, and all
It's
the initiatives.
interesting you said that, Ryan, because I try to cut clips from time to time in my show. And I can't mention name because once you have facts, evil people sue you, you can't counter sue. There was a
So,
caller on the hotline this morning with Clive Mullins. And she started out by saying, Mr. Mullins, I have some questions, but I don't want you to answer it. And I'm like, all right. How that makes sense? Or am I hosting a show and somebody call and say, DP, may have some question, but me know I answer. So anyway, she went down the path, and her biggest thing, which I keep on hearing over and over, why is it that the government is just now doing some things? And I'm saying to myself, what you just saw a while ago, which I wanted to expand on. Like, is it people just mischievous to like they well and know that listen, there are
mm,
some things if you talk about just procurement alone,
mm,
take up a whole heap of time, but you have to plan things because we can't just say, okay, we're going to put one bridge over whatever and it just like that. Things have to go in place. So this lady keep on harping saying, oh, it's just because. And I said to myself, how can you please these people? And I'm glad I'm not a politician because I'm hearing now people who have never gotten road resurfacing over 30, 40 years now saying, why I just know them I do it, I vote them I look. And I'm like, all right.
mm.
After
Well,
the election, can they take up at the surfacing? You're
no,
balling for roads, and talk about, oh, this is the worst I've ever seen. And talk to me.
no, but hold on. So I want to give you the best illustration, right? So the people who talking about why I'm just getting the roads is not the people who get the roads.
True.
And it's not the people who just getting water saying, why am I just getting water?
And pause, because that was my argument with the states of emergencies. When I listen to talk show and people about, no, them are lock up innocent youth, them and people. And when I hear people from those areas say, listen,
Right?
5 o'clock at night time, we have a lockdown. We can't go out, go walk 6 in the morning. So continue, sir, because that is very
Well,
important that you just
I
said.
mean, even looking at that, right? The people who are in St. James. So last week, I think we had 14 people were murdered last week. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
There were times not long ago you'd have 14 people in a weekend, and you
Yes,
don't
man.
reach Sunday afternoon, you'll be dead. You'd have in St. James alone. Now, if you remember the first state of
Yes.
emergency in St. James, when the PNP curtailed it or just ended it, it voted not to support it, the uproar came from St. James citizens. Now, therefore, is it any surprise that those citizens voted against them? Right?
It's crazy.
No, yeah, about night football in Glendevon and a
Mhm.
series of things because I have quite a few friends from respective
And
areas.
remember that Philip Palwell did say that voting against it is going to cost the PMP. It did say that.
That may have been possible, but the truth is I didn't really commit that to memory, so I'm not going to dismiss it as being impossible at all. But
Mm-hmm.
he's one of the more reasonable members, I would
Yes.
say, when his conscience is allowed to be expressed. So it wouldn't surprise me.
Yes.
But I said that to say that the investments which have taken time when you had civil society and the PNP undercover supporters who were called independents
True.
talking about why these things taking so long or whatever, similar to now, how they're talking about extrajudicial killings as though our police officers are dealing with people throwing water
Water
balloons
gun them a
at
fire.
them,
Yep.
right? Or water balloons at them, are firing water guns
Mm-hmm.
because they have to find a way to say something, but they only find a way to say things that they can use and throw against the government. That's not their government of choice for whatever reason. I don't want to get into all of that.
Right.
And the lack of bias or the lack of objectivity is clear. So, I don't
Yes.
even pay attention to civil society anymore because
Mm-hmm.
I haven't heard any of them say anything about. the PNP blacklisting nationwide, because
True.
nationwide is fact driven
True.
and goes the extra mile to prove its facts. And
Mhm.
so, therefore, I even hold to the view that anybody who is bashing them on unreasonable grounds is just radicalized. But I said that to say that's not important right now. But I said that to say
Mhm.
the investment created the results. $90 billion has gone into the crime fight. Police stations have been upgraded. Police uniforms have been upgraded. There have been more police added to the force. So now we're at
Force.
full
Yep.
complement for the first time ever.
Unless police are leaving. That was normally a
Well,
thing a couple years ago.
yes, because of the increased salaries, though some still leave, but not as many.
Yeah, man,
And
the attrition is different, total different numbers. I
yeah,
heard
and
that
I
from
mean, that
education too,
takes
not the class
time.
part, but yep.
And it takes time. Like I said to people, like we're talking earlier about a show, you don't build a building overnight. And if you do,
Right.
who's going to go in it, right? It's not like
Yes.
you're going to have a million people working on the building and can work, 24-hour shifts. So the whole process of building things takes time. Now, it doesn't surprise me that that vision would have missed the PNP because they're just not proven to be very good builders of things. And I can show people historically things the Labour Party as a party has
Mm-hmm.
adopted over 50 or 60 years as a position, as a policy position of the party. I
Yes.
think you can get fixated on microwave type results, or you can talk about long-term sustainability. So I was telling people from the start of the year that you are going to see this crime fall in crime. It's going to accelerate, because this is not just because I went to the first expo, the police expo at the National Arena. So the capacity within it, based on the technological overhaul, that has been implemented,
Mm-hmm.
is far more robust than anybody could imagine. I mean, look at it. 9 persons escaped from the Constant Spring lockup, I believe it was. And
And in less
within
than a week.
48 hours, all of them were captured and none of them were killed. But
No,
you don't hear civil
exactly.
society saying anything about that,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Today you had a break in at Western Union in your parish being
Yes,
foiled. I
Oak
mean,
Bay, Oak Bay,
okay,
Portland.
right? 8 people being arrested.
Total 11 by now,
One
by the way.
dead was 11, right? And I think eight
Yes.
shot. I'm sorry, one arrested,
Mm-hmm.
and I mean 11
Mm-hmm.
arrested and one dead.
11
So you know, let's see. Results talk, and I said that to say. I come back to the point with the roads and the people talking about the roads. You can't watch the people who talk, because as I said online, when the person who hasn't had a water or road for 30 or 40 or 50 years gets it, they're too happy enjoying what they received.
And you know what I say about the 1-1 house, them, but that is the talking point from the PNP. Oh, them are open 1-1 house, and I'm like, Bridging, me can't tell you this. Right now, my garage is bigger than the room that I was born in. I'm not embarrassed to say that. Because
Mm,
that's me say that was then. So I know what it felt like when rain a fall, you have to go for the take out the base in front underneath the bed for set for rain a fall. And I wish back then in the 80s, cause 80 me born, one
right,
government give my mother one house will look like the house them I give her now. So if it was just me getting a house and that one ribbon, that would mean the world to me. But these people, as I say, because it's not them getting the houses, them a throw cold water upon it.
well, I mean, you know what they call it, right? It's bad man. So I
Bad man,
don't think I
exactly.
don't think you need to.
So
I don't think what we're saying anything more than that.
speaking of
The-
the debates, let's get a clip from the debate because I heard something today. Well, I heard it from Saturday night, and me
mm,
scratch my head because me I say I really think that fact checking would help this debate thing, way better.
yeah.
So let's play this clip and then talk.
Uh,
is a wonderful concept. However, how the JLP intended to execute, I believe, is highly inefficient. First of all, the cost of buses for 300 million based on the information we have received, and then 800 million for the refurbishing of those buses would indicate an inefficient use of resources.
Let me pause it there, and I want to know if it's me alone hear it. So did they men say 300 million for a bus and then 800 million to retrofit each bus? So that means that would be a total of 1100 million, correct?
yeah, I think for the bus as a whole, for all the buses, right?
That is what I'm saying, but 1100 million, So I do
Or
the math.
billions,
I did the,
yeah.
I did the maths and I say 1100 million times 110, and my calculator couldn't angle
No,
figure
man,
that.
he meant as a cumulatively. So 300 million for all the buses, and then, but that's number sounds low though. I don't know. I have questions about that. But listen, let's not get distracted. Here's the facts that matter.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I have nephews. I'm not going to disclose exactly where they go. Okay, but this is a very important point. I have a nephew that's 11.
Mm-hmm.
His bus picks him up at his gate in a hilly rural district and takes him to Stets in St. Elizabeth. His mother doesn't have to drive to Santa Cruz
Mm-hmm.
to drop her son to school. Okay?
Yes.
And the bus carries him back home after. So she's not concerned about her young boy getting to school and back home. He just needs to be ready at a certain time. It's not a short drive. Now you can imagine we talk about productivity in Jamaica, right?
Mm-hmm.
Think about it. She would lose an hour or half an hour going down there, half an hour driving back home, half an hour to go down there to pick him up, half an hour to come back home. That's more than $50 one way.
All right.
Right? 'Cause you're talking gas, fatigue, possibility of accident, wear and tear in the vehicle, blah blah blah, blah blah blah. There's 80% of the useful life left in the buses. They've been retrofitted and they're the safest means because they're what is used in the USA.
Tested and proven.
They were tested. The tires, as a result of the test, needed to be changed and they were procured before the opening of school terms. In essence, preparations were made. Now you have children in an environment fit for children with trained drivers, and I've seen the drivers being trained because I'm always on the road. Even though I'm in Kingston, I do see training happening
All right.
cost efficiently. And all you can hear is why not get coasters, which would not be as cost efficient as the buses that we're talking about. The argument can be made that fine, they could be newer. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
the extra 20%, that's fine, but 80% useful life is sufficient to start.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, you're building out the infrastructure of a transport system for students.
Mm-hmm.
They're not stressed by perverted adults trying to take advantage of them or them listening to age inappropriate music on the
Mm-hmm.
way to their destination.
Right.
Right? And they can actually go to school relaxed, have a good school day, and come home. I don't engage much about it because I literally struggle to understand what the detractors are saying. And even when you look at Don's polls, which said 55% said yes, 34% said no. And if I was, I had access to information, I would essentially ask, well, where does 34% live? Come sure in a country them live.
No.
And they voted along party lines,
Mm-hmm.
right? So to me, again, I have an issue because I feel like these are enemies of progress. I'm not going to say that, okay, what would be the perfect solution? We get yellow buses that we don't need to move the doors around or whatever. But in the grand scheme of things, like, is that really worth a conversation? I mean, okay, let's hold everybody accountable. Nobody has an issue with that, but you're trying to throw out the baby with the bathwater. How
So
else
this
do you
is what
going to
happened.
transport an under 11-year-old?
My son is
Safely.
17, Ryan, and my son said to me, Daddy, what is the real problem? What's the mischief? And I turned to him and I said, Son, I used to teach at a prep school. And I remember one day I went into the office of the principal, and there was a sign on the wall that says, "It's only a madman stone an empty mango tree."
Mm.
And
And
that's what it
that's
is.
and
So
so,
I made a point, and he said, "That's what I was thinking." I said, the first time I heard the backlash on this, I said to myself, this is the hill that PNP is going to lose the election on. And it seems like they're steadfast. However, let's jump to this. So I made a post and I sent it to one of the talk show hosts today. Damien is bragged as the brightest in the PNP. him teach maths up at UE and all of these things. However, why is it so often whenever him say something, either him or somebody else have to come and clarify? Because Phillips did that in Manchester. When was it? Saturday night or Sunday night? Which night was that? I don't remember.
I think Sunday night, yeah.
Michael Phillips clarified. That's what I see everybody reporting, that he clarified what Damien said, because he's saying nobody's against the bus system, but Damien said they're going to scrap it. So what should we believe?
To be honest, I don't know what to believe from the PNP, because you've had many times where persons have expressed a view,
Mm-hmm.
and you've had that view be reputed by the party leader. Dayton came and said they're
Put a
going
little thing, tax
to the thing, and they've
food.
repeated it. Now they're saying they're not going to,
They're not going to tax it.
but they are going to. Well, they won't get a chance to, but they want to.
Right. And
When you
Damien
heard
did
them talk
talk
about
about education tech tax as
or
well.
ed tax or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Again, they don't have, in my view, I'm in my 40s, young 40s, but the point I'm making is I have never seen a finance personality in the party in public service demonstrate the acumen that can be applied to public service to grow the economy appropriately within the PNP.
Right.
And I listen, the end of the day, right? Damian is, I have a good relationship with him. So, I mean, but
Mm-hmm.
I criticize policies. I think that was misguided,
Yes.
misguided position. Whether he's influenced by the leadership or the politics within his party remains to be seen.
I
But
have a theory, but before me share that theory, let me welcome my brethren DJ Blazer. I soon give him the
hold on,
title
hold on, Blake.
co-host. I soon give him the title co-host because he's here so often now, and I didn't want to create any anxiety. Like, who is this? Because I told Blazer that you're coming, Ryan, but I didn't tell you that Blazer is normally here with me. He's a Portlander as well. He has
Yeah,
a love for his country.
yeah.
The other day he made a speech on my show and went viral because he said that uh Miss Vaz can't lose. And trust me, them skin him. The other day went down there and everybody accused him out, all family member. Because a PMP house him come out and all of these things. But yeah. But he
I mean,
loves his country, like I say. So and him have eyes to see. So yeah. So Blazer Ryan,
I
Blazer.
mean,
So
I mean, it's
my
not wrong, but we're going to do our best to make sure we get to as many votes and win all 5 divisions again. So, yeah,
gotcha. So
yeah.
this is my theory with that you were saying about Damien. And whether or not he was being pressured or all of that. I have a theory, and this is, let me make sure I say it. I mean, I get this from nowhere. This is what I think.
Mm.
I think that the writing is on the wall, and there are folks within the PNP, not the RUM party, not Rise United movement, but from PNP, original comrade, who them know say after September 3rd, they're going to need to find a leader. So I believe that they're setting up Mark to fail. That is part of the belief from have. Because something when me hear them say and some things that them a do, it can't make no sense to me.
I mean, I don't really spend a ton of time thinking about their internal mechanisms, to be honest. But I think what's obvious is there's a lack of cohesion in the
Mm-hmm.
overall views, and I can't form an opinion past that. I think all of them except Mark have a fight in their hands for the seats, and that's
Mm.
every single one, the vocal ones you hear. So my own view would be that I think that you should use the next 8 days or however many to kind of be focused on their respective constituencies,
Mm-hmm.
because you can't be a leader if you don't have a seat. So as
True.
far as I'm concerned, Mark is the one who will win for now, but I don't know
So,
if
so, so
himself.
that is the positioning I'm alluded to, because we all know this now. This is why Bunting gone, what's that, South Manchester?
Yeah, but that's not safe either.
Because he was thinking it would have been same thing for Dayton. Dayton is in East Westmoreland, which he thought would have been an easy walkover. But from day one, PNP people have been saying, bro, you lost by over 2,000 votes in St. Anne. Why you
Yeah,
don't stay there? The person that lost just by 11. So why would we swap black? What then go? Something else for
that
monkey.
dog the monkey.
But
No, well, I mean, listen, the end of the day, I see the people, that not because the Labour Party hasn't necessarily focused on a certain seat for a long time means there aren't supporters there,
true.
because Look at Anne-Marie. She, I mean,
Yep.
I know that for a
PNP at
fact
East
because
Portland for over 32 years.
I was in Port Antonio and prospected the by-election. So
That's 2019.
me know what me I talk about when I said that, not because there was nothing for, there was no attention paid, does it mean that
Yes.
supporters don't exist? And I know they
True.
were shocked out of their mind on nomination day when they saw all
Mhm.
these young people in green shirts who were from the area,
Yes.
you know. So they have a fight on their hands, and it's politics, there'll be a winner, and they have a fight on their hands that they perhaps didn't expect. But I mean, listen, they made a bag of noise after we had the landslide in
Hmm.
2020 with COVID, and just the frustration of the people, and tried to build a platform on discontent.
Yes.
They sent half-baked representatives to a number of strong JLP seats on the presumption that we would have the population would have been under a cloud of discontent forever.
Hmm.
Despite the best efforts and all the money they spent in local governments, they still lost, and there were 100 votes from losing 10-3,
Hmm.
and nearly lost a division in a Portmore seat that surprised me, and should surprise them if they really are reading the tea leaves.
Hmm.
And despite all of that, as I said, they still lost. The only time a government, into my memory, with serving multiple terms has won local government, which is GLP one. And since then, we've taken time to address a number of things which have been in the public space
Yep.
recently. I think they perhaps did not expect that the world would change and that everybody would still be miserable with COVID and being indoors and curfew and blaming the Prime Minister and Minister Tufton for it.
Yeah.
That was a little misguided and naive, and I think they thought bringing cartel on the stage in September would seal it. But if you look, regardless of whether I disagree with the polls or not, I'm going to go use the polls at face value. It shows a drastic fall in momentum since then. That's been consistent in any
True.
poll you look at, regardless of whether you think, oh, Labour Party ahead behind or whatever the case may be.
Hmm.
So I think that maybe some inexperience surfacing, and but let's see. I mean, they put out three manifestos. I see Valentina mentioned that,
Hmm.
and I think it kind. I mean, the PNP has put out what they said the budget budget presentation was a preview to a manifesto. Then they dropped a manifesto. Now they're going to drop another manifesto. I mean, again, it's confusion. Like, what does the average onlooker believe?
Right.
And that's really what I think the crux of this is.
Hmm.
I can tell you for sure Labour Party has been working very hard under the quiet and has done a lot of work. And I think we're seeing the fruit of it now. And there's a
Yes.
lot more to go.
Yes. So let's move on to something else. So last week, I'm gonna call you out, Blazer. Blazer sent me a clip with a young lady, and she look all right. Her verbiage did all right too. Me never have no problem. Easy to listen to. But before me throw Blazer under the bus, let me ask as a question. Blazer, were you convinced about the points that she made and the whole thing that she said? Oh, I looked it up and here it is. Were you sold on that? Let me ask it as a question first. Blaze, me not hear you. Me not hear you, Blazer. Me
We
not
got
know
the
what.
listeners and viewers,
There you
respect.
go.
Though
Hmm.
I'm not the moderator.
Okay. Blaze, you there now? So I don't know what's happening with your Blazer because me not turn off the mic. So but I'm not hearing you. So you want to just return because I don't know what going.
There's a
Well on,
mute
well
it.
on, well on, well on.
All right.
You know.
There you
Uh,
go.
all right. What me did switch some settings. Me I test out something just like how you test out your thing them. So yeah, in
Oh,
I
by the way,
studio so
yesterday
Don't say
podcast
yo,
mic.
yo, 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 hey,
yeah.
hey. Oh,
All right.
nobody.
So here what me know.
Stop it, right?
I was not sold on what she was saying, but
Mhm.
as a person we respect people's opinion. That was the only reason why I shared it with you, because
Okay.
I also wanted to hear your take on it. Remember, she saying, if you want to know something, Google it, fact check it for yourself, to see what is what and what she say and what she not say. Certain things what she say, me listen, I may go back, go check for myself, and me say, boy, look like she missed this, you know. And you even me and you speak yesterday, and you even said to me, say, Jamaican people normally say, something about money is the root of all evil.
Money is the root of all
Money
evil.
is the root of all evil. And from me, I grew up at that me a year. Money is the root of all evil. But you as a man that got church, fact check it for yourself and say the love of money
That's what the Bible says.
is the root of all evil.
Which bring me to the point. Now, Ryan, I
Yeah.
have a friend who say I shouldn't discuss it because this is just some random blogger. Just make a video. She end up getting viral, so we shouldn't address it. No, I have a fear in that, and the reason why is because, like I said, Blazer was the first person that sent it to me. I've seen Michael Abraham post it, and him have this little sneaky thing when about, oh, I'm just asking questions, but he's showing his color. Everybody know him there. But I'm just asking a question, and based on how him did word that and stuff. I also got a slap from Tanya Stevens because she shared it on her Instagram last night, and she was saying these are the issue that we're voting on, and this is why we have to vote. Or I'm paraphrasing, or vote on the JLP. And then the two people that I just
Hold on, hold
mentioned.
on. With Tanner Stevens, the musician.
The artist. The
Yep.
artist. You know she's very vocal politically.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she
And,
was
and for some reason I don't think she liked the JLP.
no, but she was at a function for Bobby Montague a few weeks ago.
But yeah. So
You guys
I
never saw
said,
that? Like no, like singing the party anthem.
oh, okay.
Wow.
Well, maybe I should
Go
have
on,
eat
go
a
on. No,
food.
just
Maybe I should
asking.
have
Go
eat a
on.
food. But yes. So I saw it on her page and thing, and I made a comment, and she clapped back at me and thing and saying, yo, that wrong with Uno labor right because this and that and whatever. Because I think I said something, and maybe I can look it up, to the fact that this young lady, me respect her because she goes a boom, do something for go viral, it worked for her, and then you're gonna have gullible people actually believing it. So I don't know if you guys want me to play a bit of it for content or context, sorry.
Context.
But
I don't need to hear it. Just if you have certain key points to raise, 'cause I think some people online went off about it appropriately.
yes,
But I think a lot of the conversation out there is lacking context and
that
not
is why I
context
want to
in
talk
terms
about
of
it.
yeah, not in terms of
All right.
being far
So
from reality.
so
Just
so
Hold on, Blazer, let
it's
Ryan
like
finish.
saying a world star athlete, the top global athlete, ran 11 seconds, and that's a fact. But was it mentioned that they were injured the morning or they were throwing up right before the race? You know what I'm saying? So in other words,
Yeah, I get it.
it's not sufficient to just say what the end result is and without asking why, because then if the circumstances have changed. So if you say, okay, there's learning loss and the pass rate fell, okay, why was that? Like, this is a thinking person's conversation, right? So then you say, well, kids couldn't go to school for 3 years because of COVID.
Blazer, that sound familiar?
That
yeah,
hasn't,
it sounds very familiar.
And I'm
hasn't happened in
laughing, not to
100
cut you off,
years.
Ryan, not to cut you midstream, but I'm laughing because I was in the classroom for 10 years. And
Right.
that's the first thing I mentioned to Blazer. I said, Blazer, oh, can you compare 10 years ago with 10 years now, which the last 5 years was nothing normal?
Right.
Does
And I
that
think,
make
and I
sense?
think, I think, I think it's very one. I mean, we have to raise it, so I'm not going to deny that.
Mm-hmm.
But two, I think I think people appreciate the nuance of the conversation. I mean, I have no issue listening and refuting. I mean, if you want to post a link, but as I said, people have gone off at length about it.
Mm-hmm.
No, I think in this world where there's information all around us, we can pick up points. So I know for sure they're talking about education.
Yes.
As I said, we lost 3 years of face-to-face schooling because of
Mm-hmm.
COVID. But
It
since
was 3 years.
then, yes, Reginald,
It
2020,
was the COVID start 2020,
2020 March, and I remember the first year and 2 years,
Yep.
you had no school, like none. There were students who went to university. and did not have a hall life experience the whole time
Yep, yep.
because of COVID, that full 3 year run.
Mm-hmm.
You had people who hadn't, and I mean, this is a more privileged thing, but you had people who had not been on a plane for many years because they just couldn't. You had entertainment, that stuff. And next thing with entertainment, people bring up to like, I would say to them, yes, blame the government, but what would you do?
Yeah.
Like, I can tell you a whole heap of people me know dead from COVID, and I was not indoors. So it's not to say that I
Mm-hmm.
was perfectly abiding by the rules or whatever, or I wasn't frustrated too, because I nearly lost my mind in COVID. I can tell you that. And I had
Bro, I was
no,
working at a car mart, and into the whole thing, I was saying to myself, I was happy that they have me stay because I'm always an outside person. Me feel like if them did say go home, would I lose my mind? Me feel like would I go insane.
uh,
I see V asking to share. Maybe I end up playing some of it, but I'm gonna paraphrase. So Ryan just alluded to the education part of it, which right that we debunk that. You cannot
mm,
compare 10 years ago with now, which the next thing, and again, this is the deception that PNP is spreading because the day that the Minister of Education published the results and was congratulating the teachers and the students, and I think it's a minimum I think a 1 point something percent increase over last year. But to me, that was still an increase. And they're saying, no, that I don't know. Damon is one of them, your brethren Ryan. Damon is saying, no, this is nothing for talk about. Because I scan to him in the debate is only 9 dege pitney pass mats. And I'm like, bro, where are that about?
that's but that's a fictitious position because it's consistent. I think the math passes were below the regional average. But that's not a new development. However, it is improving, and
Right. That's the point I'm
numeracy
making.
and those things don't improve overnight. But I think what it shows generally is an improvement. So
Exactly.
people try to pour cold water on these things and say, "Oh, it's not improving fast enough," or whatever. And I'm not the type of person to say, "Listen, let's be sympathetic to all of these positions generally," because of course we want more, we want better.
We want the best.
Right?
We want to hear that
But
we're the number one in everything.
but then I hold it up in that respect against the whole specter of reality, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like in our own lives as individuals, when people say they're changing their life in whatever way, or they go in a new direction, they say, "Yo, give me a chance. I just started." I'm not saying to give, oh, we're saying give us a chance, but I'm saying that we can hold up, and I say we in terms of JLP government can hold up a track record to say we have done all of these things
Yes.
which are undeniable and never happened before. I
Trey,
used to
so
go
open the
St.
phone line.
I used to go St. Thomas a lot as a boy. All
Mm-hmm.
right. And I used to spend a week out there at a time in an area I won't say where.
Yes.
And the road to go there from when I was going there in the 90s up until this road work started was the same. All my brethren them from there left. None of them are there now. In
Mm-hmm.
fact, when they left high school, they all left.
Them say
They
eat that
never went back. I used to
out
go
of
up to my
this.
town and say, "Yo, when last you go by such place?" I'm saying, "Brethren, we don't go back."
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? That was desert. It was deserted. So
Mm-hmm.
now when you have the more, I used to play cricket at Goodyear Oval. So I know what I talk about. And there was a next cricket field by close to Ducking Field as well.
Mm-hmm.
I used to go to 90. I'm a cricketer, so I go around
Okay.
the place to play cricket. So well, more when I was younger.
Mm-hmm.
So I know the community, I know the parish well.
Right.
And I can tell you that it was ignored and there was no development. No, you go there. No, I'm not saying it's perfect, but guess what? You have the foundation laid that person can build on. And you hear the prime minister talk about 8,000 house, the approval spending for 8,000 houses to be built. And then this is obviously affordable housing,
Yes.
right? This is organized development. This will never happen. I mean,
Ryan, I have a friend who him come to me the other day almost in tears because a couple years ago him say him did I get a piece of land at St. Thomas for chicken feed.
mm,
And him say no, you know auntie, cause whatever. And the other day him try to reach out and the
can't
owner
buy,
say, where you talk about? Can't buy, him
can't
not
buy, I
none for
can't buy.
sell. Not cannot buy, him not none for sell.
Yeah,
Just
can't.
because of the road we're going. So all right, so let's go back to this
Look,
young lady. I heard
hold
that
on,
she's a
let's unlock
registered.
something. No, before we get to go move past it, I want
Go
I
ahead.
want to speak something else. It also unlocks wealth because you have people down there who have a lot of land that they got from their grandparents or whatever.
Yes. And me down.
They could never one access properly or comfortably.
Right.
They could never make liquid, and by that I mean, title. Though they probably have the title, but like get
Yeah,
appropriate
they couldn't
valuation
liquidate it
from
if
the
they want.
bank.
I understand.
Now you have an environment where you have legitimate landowners who can use the land as collateral for long
Collateral.
term time. So what does that do? That increases mortgages or whatever the case may be, right? And it's not like it's new land. It's technically new land, but it's not new land because we're not making anymore,
Right. No land now make,
right?
right?
But because you have this massive infrastructure investment, and as the people remember, is water lines, sewage line, and internet cables went under the road, which is why it takes so long,
Right.
and that was held up because of COVID. The
Mhm.
pipes took a long time. That is why you had the delay in it being completed. See,
Right.
same way when Cornwall Regional done and we open it because we're going to win the election. You hear people say, John, oh, it's wonderful and help tourism take off, and it coincide with expanding a runway in Montego Bay and the perimeter roads, on the traffic anymore. You're going to start here. People say, boy, what an amazing thingy.
Yes.
Same people would have beat with it 5 years ago because of COVID. So I say it's leadership is a very difficult thing, but you have to have a vision and execute it
True.
anyway, and really expect and trust that the majority
And
of
up to
people will
last week, talking with Blazer, I said this. I say, if I haven't taken anything out of Dr. Andrew Holness' book,
Mm.
I want to take the thing where people are slaughter you, diss you and your family, your wife and everything, and you just make it run off of your back like water pando. Because
Well, yeah,
Ryan, me not
yeah,
have it.
yeah,
Me
yeah,
not have
just
it.
at the right
And
time. No, yeah, just
I know me stop like respond to everybody when them send me and my mother. Cause PNP, that's their thing. The SYM, you just know the SYM I just replace it with CDE. Whenever I see it, I just know exactly where that's
look at
coming
it,
from.
right?
But
Look at it,
hmm?
right? Like them try call me a thief and a criminal and all manner of things, right? And these are
Mhm.
people who haven't chat to me in public. So, at the end of the day, you don't even bother you make the stink over
Yeah.
it. You just love it and move on. Like we
So
know
back to the
what
young
we
lady, Ryan. Can you just mention something that she mentioned? Cornell Regional. So
yeah,
our statement is
yeah.
presently the
Uh-huh.
government has spent over 24 billion, something that should have cost only, I think she said 5 or 6, and it's still not finished yet.
Well,
And
that's fiction, right?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
they have
because
not spent
the
24.
minister dealt with it in parliament the other day, and I was one of them who were saying, why me not hear Dr. Tufton out and rebutting it? Because I hear it on a certain radio station every day. Two lies they keep on telling. That the prime minister give himself and embrace a parliamentarian them 300% raise, which is a lie. They
Mm-hmm.
keep on repeating that and saying, at one point, just like Minister Tufton said, it moved from 24 to 28 to 26, and the number just keep on fluctuating. And even though he made mention that this is a projected cost, we haven't spent 9 billion yet. But
That's
this young lady, she mentioned that and she said, see it here, the receipts are here.
I mean, listen, we'll have to find, I said, like, this is how I frame it, right? We'll have to decide. So I got a lot of calls. Why don't you rebut it, right? Now, I don't know who this young lady is. Right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe she's a member of the PNP. I'm gonna assume it's somebody interested in the affairs of Jamaica,
Mm-hmm.
right? I believe somebody in the loop should do a similar video. But for what it's worth, since we're here talking about it, I have absolutely no issue speaking about it. And that's why I didn't need to listen it, because I think the points can be condensed and just addressed one by
Right,
one.
right, right,
So
right, right.
it's $9 billion or whatever it is that's been spent today. The
Mm-hmm.
projected cost, and I'm sure it includes equipment and all of that.
Yes.
Jamaica's GDP or expenditure or tax revenues is $140 billion in a year.
Mm-hmm.
Could you spend in your 20% of your household budget on something in 1 year? Or let's say it's overtime, right? Because remember, we would have had lower revenues because of COVID.
Yes.
Let's just use it though. 20% of your household budget, and there is no discernible thing to show for it. That makes sense to you?
None whatsoever.
Does that make sense to you?
All right, me I go and listen. It don't make sense for you, but me I go and listen because you don't
Right.
know.
Because
I don't want them listening to me. I agree with them. Say me a labor right.
I'm gonna say I don't think I know Jamaicans are very sensible, right? And once presented with the truth, will receive the truth at the service of. No, I'm not taking a passive position and saying don't share the truth. I'm saying let's share the truth and let's debunk it. But however, they try to create this whole context of cost overruns, just like them try with the drill and get embarrassed and try to Donovan have ownership in a company when it has been clearly established that
Right.
it was in trust as an attorney. This is in black and white. But then you have the health shadow spokesperson, whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody who have had no argument with him personally, so don't think. But I mean, I wonder what is it that possesses otherwise sensible people to say things like this?
Yes.
Because you know the drill is a serious drill. It's not a drill that you're using on.
And when I hear, as you mentioned that,
Yes,
Ryan, again,
whatever.
I listen to a lot of talk show, and I hear people repeating the lie to say, "Oh, that drill, you could have get it on eBay for $2,000," and I'm like, "All right." So if your child had a problem and need a brain surgery, and you hear say one doctor buy one drill on eBay for 2 grand, you're all right with that. You wouldn't
Me
have no
not
problem.
me no
You know
want
what?
that.
You know what, Burnham? I'm gonna tell you what, Burnham. They are not used to. There are people, I'm convinced, want to see Jamaica stay where it was. Because where we are now is worlds apart, right?
Yes.
And they know in a Jamaica where the playing field is level, they will not be special anymore.
Mm.
And regular, unconnected Jamaicans will be able to thrive and not take any crap from them.
Mm-hmm.
And persons like that prefer economies to remain inefficient. And I give you an excellent example. I'm not a St. Thomas man, but as I said, I've spent a lot of time there.
All the time, yeah. Yep.
Other people go to parishes and never spend a night there, right? You tell them I spend a week at a time when I used to
And
go
and
there.
and I, and I feel like giving trouble. Didn't even spend a night and get robbed as the
Well,
minister of
but yeah, because this is a Portland show, so we know exactly what we're talking about, right?
Wow.
Now, around 2014-15, there was talk that Goodyear Over was going to be transformed into a film studio and finally re-energize or rejuvenate St. Thomas. Right?
Mm-hmm.
That was presented in Parliament. I'm showing you the depth of this issue. It was presented in our Parliament. It's on the Hansard. This is not a. This is something that is going to be in the annals of history forever, as long as you have a Jamaica.
right.
And that was proven to be not true. Now, how can a minister get up and say something like that without checking the box? It must be somebody that never took it seriously. Jamaicans saw through that. That same minister mentioned something about some crack and anchor thing that Twitter debunked. How did Twitter debunk it? By going and Googling them. It was a
Mm-hmm.
scam.
Right.
So when you hear, when they see a multi-billion-dollar investment come to life in the Morant Bay Urban Center, what's the most them can say? Oh, well, the St. Thomas Municipal Corporation rent gone up. When they have a purpose-built facility and they're not taking up some little shop in St. Thomas. No, how on earth can you have an efficient municipal corporation operating from a storefront in a parish? That's just not efficient.
Again, I have to ask Blazer. I first may I talk to Ryan. It coincided with what I tell you the other day.
Yeah, well,
With them
I
them
want
rent.
to add something
yeah,
about
yeah, yeah,
Portland.
yeah. Ryan did a reason off here.
No, I got a call today.
well,
And I got
well,
further. Hold on, I got further. Bone Brook, the urban center going there.
mm-hmm.
That burned them too because they had Port Antonio, they had East Portland for a number of years. And them said, then them try pin whatever happened to Dr. Bloomfield.
33
That's
years,
unfortunate,
32
right?
years.
But what a lot of people forget, now I'm a student of politics on both sides, and them can't trick me, What they forget is that up until good doctor passed, Anne Marie was polling ahead of him. So in your election call, he can get landslide anyway.
Yep.
But people were tired of him, and that was said to be the ninth strongest PNP seat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so therefore, what I'm saying, and I say, Dre view said that is mediocrity, and I believe that is the case. These people can only flourish in a Jamaica that's mediocre because the minute you have competition,
Yeah,
that's
man.
it, and that is why they're deathly scared because we're not a Tapanari's party. Not we have people from all over Jamaica, primarily because of the 1970s when them run with the middle class, right? And a lot of
Yes.
those people came over to the Labour Party, which is why
5
them
flights a
have
week.
Darrell and them Craw,
Mm-hmm.
right? It's because of their policies. I know them. No, anyway, I don't want to get into all that. Nevertheless, right?
Mm.
The mediocrity is what is at odds with our desire to improve Jamaica.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the fact is, whichever party in power, I'm all right, But I am concerned as well with Jamaica being better because a better Jamaica is better for me.
And that is my point. I was telling somebody today, I said, listen, right now, the position where I'm at, the people that are around me right now, physically around me, are the people that I mean most. They're not in Jamaica. I'm not in Jamaica, but I want a better Jamaica. Because I don't see myself living where I'm at for the rest of my life. Yeah.
Well,
So let's debunk one last part. And
yeah, man,
people, it's
come on.
on my page. If you guys want to go, I don't feel like giving her no
No, we're not
platform.
getting a publicity, man. Just start the thing.
But so all right. So finally, we soon started to call them. So finally, she mentioned that the Jamaican government, and I'm paraphrasing now,
Mhm.
has moved the definition of what employment. And I found a brother an ex, so I
Yeah,
shared with Michael and I said, go listen to sensible stuff. Because we starting couldn't just come up and just change what to be employed is. But me I go call a bridge name, because him always say him start me na the shock of him. Every time when I hear PMP saying, oh, can you say that somebody's employed that just work an hour? Him and him people I'm in a problem because when he asks how much Beanie Man get for work 45 minutes, how much any one of them artists that we can talk about, how long them work, do they need to work 40 hours or 15 hours to say they're employed? You can't say them not employed because at the time, and now I had discussion with somebody else was saying things and time change.
yeah.
Blaze, I can tell you, I used to just sit in my house and Collinines coming to Roof Club and me just voice say, this Saturday night, 90s, blah, 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 Collinines, blah, blah, blah. And the amount of money I make, there were people who there to wash dirty clothes for one whole week. Forget that. Allow me I tell Blazer.
True. True.
So you can't compare the time it take to do something with the quality that I am putting out. You
And
understand?
we are put out how much money it gonna make the person make.
Exactly. But so this is what the young lady say. Says the government change the definition of what employ means and
Mm.
even the age. And I'm like, no, that girl here.
So you ready? You ready for me now?
All right, I'm
No,
gonna say this to you now.
hold on. But
When
Kizzy
she
said
said
a
that,
while ago, I think she have some antecedent. As Kizzy said, me feel say if we dig her up, me not think so she just come up on her own and say, let
no,
me do
here
this.
we go on.
Hold
Well,
on, Blazer. Hold on, let me make this point. This
Yeah.
is why Mr. want to talk about it. Because I've seen people who me not normally see them respond to some stuff. Them actually bite the bait, hook, line, and sinker, and I run with it. That
no,
is the danger.
let me tell you. No, let me tell you. And I give some people grace in this respect. And here's what in this respect, and here's why I say it. There are some young people who genuinely care about their country, and they have only just now taken an interest in the affairs of the country.
Mm-hmm.
Believe it or not, there are people who've lived here who have never had an interest in what is going on, and they're just now coming to an age of consciousness, and it just so
True.
happens to be in an election year.
Mm-hmm.
I believe in many cases this is an opportunity to educate, which is why I'm not. Remember, I was G2K president, so I come across a lot of I would come across a lot of younger people who were experiencing that awakening for the first time,
Yes.
and will come and ask us questions, and we would engage.
Mm-hmm.
Because remember, a lot of them are fed things by the parents, the
Yes.
grandparents, and it's not until somebody who is an elder or more experienced or able to explain to them.
Mm-hmm.
And and we know the PNP does love to take advantage of people's ignorance.
Ignorance. Yep.
It's not until somebody explain or show them certain things backed by evidence that them say, "Oh, the man that lied to me all this time, though." And
And
then they go from
let me
that,
put
they
one
go
on
from
there.
that.
Let me put one on there, Ryan. I migrated 2016. So it's just 9 years ago that, right?
Right.
And the people I'm gonna grow up around, the hatred I hear for Mr. Siaga. And I'm gonna confess, I came here this September and I think it's the same. They were talking about his birthday. I'm gonna say, let me do some reading for Edward Siaga for myself.
Yeah.
Only thing to learn that he was born in September to Jamaican Lebanese parents. They
Went
were
away. They went away
visiting.
for college.
Right, and they took him
Oh,
back to Jamaica the December. He was christened in the parish church downtown, and PMP
I give you better.
to the
He
day
lived. He lived in Rosetown and Boxing Town, right? The ghetto and the country. He,
left Jamaica when he was 18 to go to college for 4 years and came back all his life. But what?
so
Nobody never did tell me that, Ryan. Me
yeah, but they're
discover that
not
on my
going to tell you.
own.
They're not going to tell you because they have this fake intellectualism that they hate being challenged, and then they try and silence persons. But
Mhm.
what has happened is some of us just cannot be silenced
Right.
or intimidated.
I think we
And
have a caller. Uh, let me see if it's
but
connected
I
to.
want to finish the point though before we
Yeah,
go to
go ahead, go ahead, go
the
ahead.
point. The point was about how employment is classified
Mm-hmm.
and
Caller, all that you're gonna talk in a minute.
how, and I said this to say that when the classification was made at the time, I think it went from unemployment went from 4.4 to about like 4.9 or something. And the fact of the matter is that yes, Casey, that's correct. Listen me. He died on his birthday. The fact of the matter, yeah, Siaga is a cultural, is the most densely cultural, one of the most in tune cultural persons in Jamaica. He's just behind Festival Queen, Things Jamaica, and
Yep.
so many
Actress
other things.
NTA.
Yeah, he was a cultural icon. No two ways about it.
Mm-hmm.
In ways that we cannot say about anybody else at that level in our government.
Mm-hmm.
But where I want to go at is unemployment went from like 4.4 to like 4.9 or whatever it was based on the reclassification. And what I said to people is if we're coming from a point where unemployment was 15% or 20%, or like when in 2004, when I finished university, all of my friends, well, half of my friends at the time migrated and have not moved back to work.
Right.
Right. And when, if any of us got a job at that time and they migrated, in other words, they did college and then they migrated, one
Mm-hmm.
just became a citizen of the US 21 years later. And these are
Mm-hmm.
Jamaicans, born and bred, went to high school in me, right? Their kids are now Americans
Mm-hmm.
for all intents and purposes. Where was I going to? Right. So in '04, getting a job was a big deal. '05, to the point now where you have young people getting a job today, starting. They don't like it. They do an interview at lunchtime and they resign in the evening.
Yeah.
That could never happen in my
No.
time. Yeah.
Ryan, sorry,
These are
cause you're a
chances when
college
it
man. Me and a college man. Me know about people who are carry black pan a site. And when a man get a job for carry black pan a site, him honor that the job there and not work to fortnight, him not left.
well, you know what that's about sites now, right? Like, one time you have a site, you have beer man outside line up. No, them say that you don't even there's nobody outside.
But you can't get nobody two
Right. Because
Decembers
them
ago when
short.
a
No,
man she
them
wanted
short.
somebody to carry son for go up on one hill and she could a buff bay she get somebody from Port Antonio buff bay.
Yeah.
Buff bay she get a man from come carry some son.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
man, because I mean, we're not even talking about mm, like we're talking about unskilled labor, right? We're not even talking about the the
We
the,
don't talk about no
the
mason and no
mason
electrician
and
and no plumber. When me
yeah,
say
I
black
mean,
carrier.
those now, you can't get them
Mm-hmm.
because what somebody said to me is that it's the same set work on every site,
Every side. Okay,
and
gotcha.
they're in such demand,
Demand. Yep. High demand.
that's so
Yeah. I was in Jamaica in July, and you see the crane them, you see the development everywhere.
Yo, anywhere that's been the case for 6 years, and anywhere you go now, you see bear crane. Any open land now, in any parish, they might lick it down. I mean, we're not there yet. We're like the Clarendon yet.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the Bernard Lodge is obviously subject to a lot of development right now, so it's making its way
Yeah.
in that direction. And the third term, we're going to have the airport in the grill in Little London, and those in Westmoreland. I'm sorry, with all those open plains and flatlands are going
Yeah,
to be
man.
used, and Jamaica is really going to become a metropolis. But for me, one of the things for me as an investor, I try to tell people. So I use the politics and my actual profession to say,
Mm-hmm.
listen, don't let the wave miss you. You may find that Jamaican assets, you may be able to buy them relatively cheap. No, the minute we are investment grade, which is not far, and if we do talking, and I can get in specifics of that, our asset prices are going to probably be priced in US dollars. So what something you pay,
Mm-hmm.
Why Ryan freeze?
I'm a
Yeah.
stock investor, something you pay 10 Jamaican dollars for, maybe paying 10 US dollars for. So we need to be
Right.
very
Guys,
mindful
himself, you're
not
back
be
now. Kizzy
priced
says she's
out.
looking for a gardener for 2 weeks now.
She not
Um,
look the right place. Cause
ladies
you
and
have you to have them weed work on them thing at Portland. If
no,
a
the people them
Portland.
in demand. Come on, you know, say Kizzy know people. The demand where Ryan just alluded to, bro.
No, but you know what the next thing too? Them no want pay the youth them neither. If the youth them charge on $5,000 for
No
cut out
man,
what.
right now anything people ask for them I get Blazer. Me I tell
And you
you.
know, funny enough, I was thinking about starting a whole entire landscaping company in a Portland, but then I just kiss my teeth and change my mind, yeah, man.
You shouldn't, man. You should invest. And that is are you Ryan I talked to a while ago when he said that,
Yes, me know and me
don't
feel it.
let all right, good. Maybe not say nothing more now preach. Let's jump to the phone
Yeah,
line,
me
guys.
feel it.
If you're just joining, it is DP Unfiltered live on VCR Radio, and I'm also live on my YouTube channel. If you're watching and you haven't subscribed, and trust me, me I go start big. I don't know what to do with my mega big. Me watch one video and see say me get over 3,600 views. I'm still not have 2,000
No,
subscribers.
DP,
What's
me gonna
going
tell you
on?
this right now. You see when time you ask for followers and subscribers and supporters,
Mm-hmm.
is something that you have to do in every video that you put out. Shamelessly,
All right,
like,
boss.
subscribe, and share. Make it be a regular practice. Like,
Yeah.
subscribe. Sometime I just the momentum. If you like this episode, like, subscribe, and share.
I hear you, boss. And you know how far we are come from. But
Yes, so
anyways,
me I tell you if you do it.
all right. If you're just joining, I'm asking you please to like, subscribe, and share. The
Kizzy,
number
I know you may
somebody just
talk.
the number no is the one the link from you. It's on the screen if you want to
All
call.
right.
We
Me
have
go
a
send you
caller
a link.
online.
Me I
So
send you a link.
let's jump to the phone. Caller, you're live.
Caller
Caller.
disappear. Caller tired for wait
We
for
gotta
you,
take
man.
one next call then since hello
Yeah,
caller, you're live. The one they gone to.
yeah.
Trouble there.
Caller then say you take too long.
All right. See, I'm getting back the call. Caller, you're live. Good evening. Hello? Hello.
As soon as I run, yeah.
Yeah, man, no
Yeah,
problem.
man.
I
Caller,
can
you're live. Good evening.
take two call if you want. Though.
Why caller then now forward in a brother them a run?
Them a forward man, a road a flat me.
Oh.
Yeah, it have a thing where it seems like it's not connecting. Hello, caller, you're live. So let's just do it the old-fashioned way. Hello,
Yeah.
caller, you're live.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, man, may I hear loud and clear.
Yeah, man. Big up Mr. Strachan that's on and the other gentleman
Blazer.
Bless up.
Yeah.
from Portland. I just have one request, Strachan. I've
Yes,
never
sir.
had a conversation with him before, but I've been in the same room with him, and it's a waste. And I'm talking for the general public, about a lot of your clients and so on. But to find somewhere, Ryan Strachan, to basically get some knowledge of some of these youngsters coming up in some of these inner city communities in terms of investing and making something of themselves. Because they've been led astray, they don't understand the kind of potential that they have. So that's something when you guys win, something that I know you're busy and you have a whole heap of things to do, a whole heap of clients. You guys really need to kind of turn around these. With these groups, you can start with your. I know you used to be G2K president, right?
Yeah, yeah. All right, that's on board. That's on board for sure. Thanks for that, yeah.
All right, caller. I need to try something else because maybe we're hearing
Bad
him.
man, just get the phone one line, no man.
That me I go do no blazer. That's what I'm going to do. I was trying
Yo,
the
yo,
Bluetooth
John was
thing,
star. That
but
you should have did
all right,
bingo.
Ryan. I go leave with. So what you want to leave with us, Ryan, before you go?
I mean, I'm an advocate for like knowledge and information. I really want to see, Jamaica improve and continue to thrive and flourish. I want to see the average Jamaican youth, young man especially, really achieve their full potential here or overseas. But I just want people to know that there's a way out, that there's hope, and that we don't need to rely on fiction because of desperation. And that's not just in politics, that's in life. I think I just want to encourage, every trying you to continue to be smart and innovative in how they go about things, and to just never give up, because the only way you can achieve what you want is to keep going. There's no superhuman element to the persons they may have seen make it. It's just the will to win and the desire to not give up. So that's really all. I feel that that can inform a lot, and that's the only word I have for the youth today.
Thank you very much, sir. And I really enjoy. And this is every time when me enjoy a conversation, I always say I have an open invitation. So I'm gonna use up a number again, sir. And
Yeah, man. Link me up,
yeah,
man. Let's chat somewhere.
respect, Ryan.
Blessings, yeah? Cool,
Yeah,
cool.
man, cool. All right. So and I
Blaze
don't
up, big up.
Yeah, man, enough respect, my boss.
we're
Big
live
Thanks
up,
for the
alive.
knowledge, you know.
Trey,
thanks.
you're
Good
live.
here.
Mm.
Yeah, hear me?
Yeah, man, you're live.
DP, sir, I almost 7 minutes with they are all.
Yeah, man. So here I go on now. Technology they kind of flop me, man. But sorry, you're
Yeah,
there
man,
now.
I understand. But they want to ask the former president a
Oh,
question, you know.
him good at listen to see him here, man. Or me can message him. So
Yeah,
go
man.
ahead.
All right, DP.
Mm-hmm.
There's a there was a comment or a question or an accusation made by Fraser Binns
Yep.
pertaining to
Yep. Ponzi
listen me
scheme.
about Ponzi scheme. Well, I know about Ponzi scheme. I want you to play about that clip. Because me not hear nobody just cause to me is this sound like is a level of accusation because there was no fact checking in the debate.
Right.
DP, more you find a clip that play because what I heard is it that you was accusing the PM or anybody in the JLP of having a Ponzi scheme.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
She said the
yes,
leader
yes,
benefit from
yes.
and a part
No,
of.
man, I don't think she said benefit, you know. I think it's
No,
either
man, it's
some
a
of those.
part and also has benefit from. Involved in and has benefit from.
It depend on
No, but
TikTok, you know.
a part. It wasn't a
S-
part of a
Send it to me,
Ponzi scheme.
cause send it to me. What else you want to mention, Andre? Send it to me, man. I'll find it and send it. Let me play it.
It
No,
depend on
but
TikTok.
no, but you must see you were replaying it
No, man.
clips from, so I
I
probably don't
just
think.
I, you sure? I don't
Yeah,
remember.
man, it depend on TikTok, man. Because I
Okay.
watched it on TikTok today.
So
All
send
right,
it to me, now, Blazer.
Let me go back go find it.
And you're hearing the caller, so the viewers saying they're not hearing the caller. I don't understand what
yeah,
that
man.
means.
Me not sure
Yeah,
all them now here, cause me a here.
work. But to overall the manifesto,
Mm-hmm.
um, listen me. Let me say something to you. The politics is a breath of fresh air
Mm-hmm.
introducing by the Jamaica Labour Party. Let me tell you, clear and straight. The thought process, the refinement of the message is refreshing. For somebody who have been, me never told it in our politics a long time ago. But in maybe from '08, '07, that's when I start me jumping in the politics and I decide to put man in a ink. I can tell you the bar has risen in terms of what people is expecting. And I can tell you something, DP and DJ Blazer, PNP, mid rackety and chaka chaka. Them have to raise the bar too.
Mm.
And people have to really come out and call a spade a spade. And Blazer, I'm gonna say something to you, Blazer. I listen to you, but we can't afford for people what people opinion of we speaking the truth of where Jamaica is heading. Because for too long,
Ryan, you back to
I
answer
said,
the question?
eh?
Yeah, I was just told about it. What's is this? Hold on, is this the one about? Is it true? 1 p.m. I brought a futuristic plan to PG and he rejected him. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. It was just brought. I really tried to answer questions when I see them. I never saw it, but it's just
I
brought to
don't
my.
think it's that one. Dre,
I
what was
don't
the
know.
question you had for Ryan?
No, man, I said, I want to ask him.
Yeah, man, he's back.
Tell me.
Yeah, I was asking, what's the thought process in terms of the reinvention of how the Jamaica Labour Party has been bringing out their information in terms of, because as a person realizing, I see that they have lifted the how they bring forth whatever documentation, whatever
Mhm,
press release. There's a
mhm,
level of
You're right. We don't even talk about
respect
the.
to
We
it.
didn't even talk. We didn't even talk about what we saw with the unveiling of the manifesto. Like, I love everything about it. It's never in our boardroom with Tapaнаris, and the back and forth with Kerry and it just look like me. I say, hold on, a politics this because we're not used to those things. Like Blazer talk about this every night. Blazer is on. Right? Remember the time when we never used to like budget because our Tom and Jerry time that at the evening.
Yes.
yeah,
And
man.
them have this
Until
long thing just a
2016,
galang, galang, galang,
Right.
yeah, man, absolutely. In 2016, you had people. I remember there was the cigarette manufacturers and the liquor manufacturers. The wholesale them used to stop them. You all probably know that being Portland. The
Yeah, man.
wholesale used to stop them to wait for the new tax
Figure
on
out
the
stop
products.
and increase. Yep.
Yeah, man, because they just was expecting Omar to lick them with a tax. And when we
Mhm.
brought in new taxes to show that, listen, these things can be achieved, that is foreign to the PNP, and that
8
is
years.
undeniable. And there's going to be more. Read the
So I
communication.
guess Andre, yeah, go ahead. You're answering the question now.
The
Andre's question.
communication, I'm really glad that it's been noticed. Remember, I said earlier when things going good, nobody comment because it's just not noted and it's
Yes.
understood. The truth of the matter is, there has been deliberate consideration given to how our messages are disseminated to the public and how we engage. And as a result of that, we would have seen particular steps being taken. I direct your attention to one thing on the campaign trail. When have you ever seen 63 seats, right? And you have party workers and supporters in every seat with the same shirt with a different person's face on it, according to the seat.
Mm.
Think about that.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a thing where you think, just look at it. It's the same shirt, somebody different face on it. You go in Bobby seat, it's the same shirt with
Mm-hmm.
Bobby face on it.
Yeah, yeah,
You get me? You go in the prime minister
yeah.
seat, you see somebody in the seat with prime minister shirt, face on the shirt. It's been deliberate by design, and they've given due care. We've given due care and
Mm-hmm.
consideration to all of that.
Question answered, Andre.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, man, question answered, man.
All right.
Question
Marlon, I
answered.
try get on, so may I try call him back? Because he must have
Yeah,
an issue
yeah.
fixing
I
thing.
remember
I
just make
take
one
one
point.
more.
Go ahead.
Um, the Mark Golding 3.5 million. I don't know what to make of it because when he had time to explain his 3 million, he used Juliet owners as an excuse for run out of parliament, on site. And time 3 million last year, and he was on TVJ a few months ago saying that the 3 million was on a pass. So how
They were
comes
thinking
now?
about it, considering it.
How comes now? He might increase it by another 5 million. But trust me, it's a flip flop move, flip flop move. But me I go and listen still. But big up myself, DP, DJ Blazer,
Okay.
and your panelists. Me go and listen. Respect.
All right.
Enough
So
respect.
Marlon, I have a question for you.
I never left. I served 3 years as president, and we don't serve more
So
than
I would
three
have like
years.
America where a two-term kind of thing.
Right.
Exactly. Exactly. We're content by convention we don't have people serving 10 years like they do in the
Mm-hmm.
PNP. Wild.
All right, so I'm gonna try call back a couple of these people because
Democratic.
Ryan did say one more. Caller, you're live. Good evening.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon.
Good evening. How are you doing?
I am here giving thanks.
Sorry about the phone. I don't know if I hear complaints in hour, but go ahead.
Which part of good afternoon now?
Yeah, I just want to touch on a
I know
little
say which party
national
man that
issues back home.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
California. Yep. Go ahead.
um,
By the way, before, because Ryan want to go, you have a question for him or no? You just want to put your input in.
well, I can ask him a question why he leave the
He
G2K.
just answered that. That means you're not watching.
Oh, I just okay. I didn't.
So go ahead
All
again,
right,
Ryan.
no problem.
One more question, man.
I good.
I think the
All right, cool. No
election that
worries.
is coming up now
Mm-hmm.
is an election to determine Jamaica future. You know, not just the young, the whole, or the middle age, but everybody. And
Yes.
I don't see the PNP winning this election.
Mm.
You know,
I
I
don't
don't
think.
I don't see the PNP winning this election. And one of the main reasons why the PNP will not win this election is that their messaging is not it's not getting any traction, brother. The policies that the PNP is putting forward, especially for the 3.5, I think that is too late. And that's not something that is going to resonate well with the
So,
Jamaican
so
people.
Carla, I didn't want to say it, but let me just interject because I made a post on Facebook about this. Remember 2015 or 2016 election when Andrew only said 1.5. What did the PNP say?
PNP said it can't
It
work.
can't work. Worse, revenue neutral, blah blah blah, whatever. And up to today, there are sycophants from the PNP saying that no, it cost the country how much and whatever, whatever, whatever. So, like, so this is it. Them tell a lie, say Andrew trick the people and forget the vote. And a week before the election, they're trying the same thing that they said was a trick and a lie. That is it. They're trying to do the same thing.
Yeah, so that's what that is the thing that I am saying, because let me tell you something. Because I want to give you a little insight on the election result and where I picked up.
You can do it in 30 seconds because more run out of here by 10:30.
Yes, I can do it in 30 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
But let me get to it. The Jamaica Labour Party will win approximately 44 seats right now. You know? If if the thing that gonna make the JLP win is three factors the PNP going up against. They are going up against a popular leader.
Mm-hmm.
They're going up against a seat count majority, which is 18 seats.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't have an attractive leader. That's the thing is
But
beating
but
the
but you know,
PNP.
say me feel like cut you off for one reason.
Why?
Me
Go ahead.
don't want nobody hear this and feel complacent and say, yeah, man, there are three things where we sure say we not even forgot go vote. Me kind
No,
of
no, the Jamaican people is energizing, brother.
okay.
And for you, before I go, let me tell you, it's not the JLP gonna make it's not JLP supporters gonna make Andrew Holness win this election, my
Is who?
friend. And a lot of people lost in this mindset that you think it's JLP gonna let us
But this
win.
is what I'm saying. Anybody, me no want the people who maybe them never vote yet, which I think I want to talk about that next week because I was thinking about this voting thing. I've only voted once. Let me tell you no.
Hold on.
There
You
was
got to
this
talk about it next week. No election.
no man, we have a Monday, a Wednesday
Oh,
election.
okay. Yeah. Next week, Wednesday. Yeah.
I had this fear, Ryan, about this whole politics thing. Like, me don't know where this fear come from. So, although I could have voted from I was 18, but it just always feel at something like one courthouse, something. You know, one got courthouse or, yeah. So, I think there are people who, me don't know, maybe too late as Blazer said, but we need to talk about that.
70% of the vote. And I can tell you, because I keep in contact with my country, with our country, put it this way,
Mm-hmm.
even though I live in overseas here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, I know it's
I'm saying to
California,
you,
you say good afternoon.
70% of the vote that the Jamaica Labour Party is getting, they are going to get it from some serious secret comrades. Those are comrades
That
that
is
is not
true.
saying
Yes.
nothing. Those are the
Not
comrades
not
that
Yes.
is
only
not
not
following
only
Mark
not only
Lane.
secret. We see Karen in Manchester, and she straight out said no, we no have to vote for JLP. So we know that.
So
I think
No man, there's a comrades who go wear
yeah, man,
orange and go
and
vote green.
I think Liz is going to vote JLP as well.
I'm not talking about those two activists. You know. I am talking about
You know
Those
what
are
I
not.
mean, man. You know
I'm
what I
gonna talk
mean.
the
Some
ones who are
people where
the
them
rabbit.
now gonna be
real
bold enough to
PNP,
come out and say no. Them
the
must say
real,
yes. So them did that
the real
Manchester last
PNP.
week, Sunday
Yes.
night, and yep.
And I can tell you, Peter Bunting is up for a fight in South Manchester.
Mm.
And there's a
Well,
seat that they call the dark horse race.
Mm-hmm.
Watch out for Central St. Mary, my brother. I can tell you that. It's a seat that
Why? Yeah,
it's
you have
not
one
an
seat,
easy thing.
a one seat more, a two seat more and lose. Like wicked. Then two Manchester seat there. Cause more Mr. Phillips for go. Like
there's a lot that will happen
Oh
We
between
boy.
now and
he's a
then. So
young guy.
let's see.
But he's the
Let's
PNP
see.
cannot look in Westmoreland now. Because Westmoreland seat gone Jamaica Labour Party. All three.
all right, thank you, Marlon. Let me try squeeze somebody
All right.
else.
Cool.
So like you don't need me again, man. I can take
Up
one.
to you. I definitely running. I
I
definitely
say where's
running 10.
G2K?
I
I
running
don't know.
10:30. I'm
If I ask
calling you
them, man.
live.
Yeah, man. Good night, man.
Good evening.
Good night.
All right.
Yes.
Mute your computer or whatever else you play, because
Yeah,
that got
yeah, man.
confusing.
All right, cool.
1 minute.
Yeah, man. With the PNP 3.5,
Mm-hmm.
it's not is it not a duplication with the no tax for overtime for police and stuff like that? It's not a duplication.
Virgin, it's just a lie and a con and a trick. That's what I call it.
It's a duplication.
I don't ever think we should waste brain power to that is
no,
my view.
because what I'm seeing, I mean, these people apparently they're monitoring what is being said on the JLP platform on the night when
But
they're
we
having
saw
their
it,
meeting.
and I heard even Dayton texting into Dr. Dayton texting
Yeah.
into Emily, because Sunday night Dr. Hollis said the amount of house that they're gonna build. Was it 70,000 or 60,000?
Yeah, right.
And
Yeah.
then after that,
And
Dayton come out and say, we didn't want to release our manifesto because we're going to say 50,000 and they are going to say 60. And it jump out at me. So when I hear Emily with it, and I'm like, all right, so I was hearing correctly. And him texting and saying, no, I never that him say. So they themselves don't know what they're saying, bro. That's why I don't think we should waste our brain capacity
no,
to
but
analyze
the
it.
point is there are a lot of persons who don't understand, and we need to let them understand.
True. So
Because
what Kanan Fortner say, and that is what Mega go by. Him say, listen, man,
Mhm.
any we try if we do 3.5 in a 2 years, Jamaica economy crash. That's my word. I'm
well,
paraphrasing.
yeah, but that is behind the point, you know.
Mm.
We need to let the public knows that what they're saying is just whether they're gonna try it or not,
Mm-hmm.
is just a bunch of crap, and we need to let people who don't, because a lot of people it's gonna really gravitate to it,
I
because
don't think
you know
so.
everybody
No,
want
no,
money in
no.
their pocket
Sorry,
back.
maybe I have too much faith than you. I don't think, and I always say this, Jamaica is smarter now and brighter now than 20 years or 30 years ago in Abridjan.
That's true. That's true.
This is why I see it like my constituency. For 32 years, I've been voting PNP. No longer vote PNP.
It's my constituency too, you know.
We have 7 out of 9 divisions. The only two them have is Port Antonio and Prospect. So
And that's only because Miss Rosie and my virgin there did have leg injuries. But anyway,
all right,
let me
Carla,
not-
thank you. Join me
All
next
right,
week
cool.
again. Yeah, man.
All right, I'm going to end on this if I can. All right, I see my friend, Miss Allen, saying that, I can't speak to that. My friend, I just have to say that, listen, at the end of the day, we're doing the work. And regardless of, whatever, we're doing the work and the work's being done. And it's one party. So that's all I'm going to say about that. The public is voting for the Labour Party, the individual candidates, and that's what we want to happen. I am not in a position to speak to anything else because I don't know. But I wish everybody the best, and I give the organization my all, and we'll always fix things in due course. But that's that. Gents, we're gone past for dinner time. I don't get
That's
to eat
my
food
vote.
yet, but it's great to be with you.
careful with that
Thanks for your
meat consumption then.
hospitality.
'Cause-
Young Jamaica is very active. You need to go on the internet, Carl, and I use the internet.
Yeah,
Just
man.
want to thank you.
I
Really
appreciate
appreciate
you
it. Keep
accepting
up
the
the good
invite to come.
work.
All right, cool.
Keep in touch here. Kizzy, thank you again for making a link.
Enough
Big
respect
up.
again.
Blazer,
Yeah, man.
respect
Enough
again.
respect.
But God,
All right.
everything.
Blazer, what you want to say finally?
Me, well, next week Wednesday, you know. Next week Wednesday, so we're going to see the real ball game the 4th of September when everything calculate up and we're going to see what going because then the time the people are talking. You understand?
That is the only talk that matter.
Yeah.
No poll
So
and none of them something that no matter till
as
September
as
3rd.
as me say, I continue say, see, I look for progress. PNP, we not talk loud and proud. So make sure some supporters them sure Jamaica say, all right, it now develop because that don't say we stagnant and we not reach now. We ambitious things are going on the prime minister, this and the prime minister, that GLP people, if you don't feel like the prime minister is working, you don't go vote for the man. If you don't feel like the member of parliament is working, don't sit down and be like a days. It don't be no run by people and the people then good election there. Don't wait for no handout. Go and go vote. You understand? In my heart, would I like to see some people win, but when me and look pan on the work, it rough. You understand? And me not live in Jamaica no more. But me can talk to me people that live in Jamaica. Because when say we where they are foreign, we not understand what are going. So make no vote. Show we the Jamaicans that are living overseas what is going on and where on the mindset is. You understand? The young people them uno go on, go vote. Cause progress we are deal with. So if we not see progress in our current government, go vote for them. If we not see say PNP I go show no one better vibes, go vote for them. Cause me tired for see Portland and the state where it in right now. Portland talk loud and proud, make the whole of Jamaica see wow no mind there. That me want to see for Portland and the next 13 parish. And as a matter of fact, the 13 country them and the one town.
13
me want to no come out and vote. Because all them a go like Montego down at St. James and a country down there. And Montego be a only town.
Blazer. I have a video. I say it's interesting you said that. There's a video that I wanted to share.
Yeah.
And I listening to you, I mean I say but let's listen to the video. Let's listen to it. Let's listen to the video.
Oh, more I seen that video. Yeah, I seen that video. Funny.
As much as you're on the labor,
as much as me there, right? I Prime Minister.
Of course, eh? But let me ask you a question. Why you can't?
It does run in my blood. Me just can't switch.
No, me not ask you why you can't switch. I'm asking you
because you run in my blood.
Okay, no reason, but just
yeah, there's some agree, some ban.
Yeah, but let me ask you a question though. You think Mount Salem has changed anything at all?
Change, yeah. Crime rate good on a good thing there. So yeah, of course it change.
So you believe that a government should be elected by what runs in the blood or by the work it does?
Why would I have to see? Because Mark Golan can do good today and you can do good today.
Well, here's the difference.
It's a 50-50.
I have done good.
Yeah.
What has he done?
We just have to wait to see that though. Only time can tell, right?
So you're going to trade certainty for uncertainty?
Yeah.
As much as you're on the labor.
Oi, yeah, the man said boldly. Yeah, the man said boldly. Yeah.
Man say
yeah. But what me gonna say to everybody now, because I'm a person made a statement about opinion. You see, opinion until proven that it's a fact, is just a person's opinion. If my opinion is that I am the best DJ, I have to prove to the people them why I am the best DJ. Me can't just think of myself say me are the best. You understand? Me have to know why me are the best. I'm the people them have to say me are the best, or I am best for it. And sometimes favorism don't really prove the fact that you're the best. Anyways, because favorism are just favorism. Because when people like you, them just like you. You understand?
You think we should have got live election night?
Yeah,
Nah,
man, election night.
punishment.
Election night, we can go live.
If VCR radio want to carry my life, I'll go live. All
No,
right. So,
no, here what you do.
eh,
If VCR they don't want you go live, build a YouTube channel. People, make sure you go like and subscribe the money YouTube channel.
so all right,
Because
let me make a pledge. If so, I think it's 1,007 something. If I get 2,000
yeah,
subscribers by next week Wednesday, I definitely will go
you
live.
go live.
Yeah. So,
But yeah, Bill,
so put it on them. That's on them.
you know long me no promote Life of DJ Blazer on
Yeah.
YouTube. And
Yeah, make too much money now, man.
no, it's not make too much money, it's time. People like fresh content. People always want to see what's going on. And then if you really look pan Wagwan, negativity sell more than anything else. Remember, you know,
That's true.
if remember, you know, the comrades they not like, you know, them now come over here, you know, come give no support, you know. You see, if you did a bash the GLP, the whole of them would have did over here laugh and a kin teeth, you know. You understand? But you see, because he's a man now where you speak the solid truth about certain things, you just talk where you feel like you talk, and your opinion comes with some facts. Because enough things me learn from you, I can't say enough things me learn from which me know enough things I learn from me too.
Of course.
You understand? Because it's a learning process. See? And at the end of the day, me not blind and you not blind. Your sense of reasoning different than mine. Even although we're in a similar work you know, can't say we are co-worker. But my mind might not think like your mind. You might like slim girls and me like fat girls, and me just feel like the fat girls.
7 different mind, man. So even
all right, but reasoning. When you reason, you have to know say your reason with sense. Some of the times we get too, what do call it now? We get too patriotic over something when it makes sense. You understand? Just like some Christian, you can't talk certain things about Jesus to them.
True.
You understand?
But
even when they
live
live
it. Me go left, you know, cause me want to eat my dinner.
No, you see, remember every week you make me not eat my dinner, you know.
Yes.
Every week you make me eat my
that's
dinner at 12 o'clock in the night, you know, at 12
It's
o'clock in
not
the
happening tonight. It's
night.
not
Me up all
happening tonight.
fasting.
It's not
Cause
happening
you.
tonight.
Oh, anyways,
I'm making sure it doesn't happen tonight.
if all right, next week Wednesday, me avouch to myself say me nah do nothing. Not me nah do next week Wednesday. Next week Wednesday, me totally
But you have to come
available.
by next week Monday too.
Yes, but I'm making myself available.
It's a DP live must be live.
Yes, man. You have to go live. Yeah, what go on? Me and you go all a reason. I'm going to send you one software.
Right.
Because me have the software.
Okay.
I'm going to make sure everything intertwined. I'm going to make sure the phone line up and everything I run solid. If you're not there on VCR, we are going to on YouTube and we're going to build the channel them.
All right.
When you can check out my channel, it's more like a party vibes, you know. I always share things about Portland, Life of DJ Blazer. But if you don't really want to hear the good politics, you know what I mean? When I tell one of the one of the people in the comments was saying that they think that, you know, your mentor was watching what you're saying.
I saw it. I did highlight it. But yeah, then watch, man. Let me make reference to
one more thing. May I get an exclusive conversation with ISAT?
Interview? It's gonna be an interview?
No, it's not going to be an interview. It's going to be a conversation with ISAT.
Okay.
Me that try to get one with Anto, because you don't know more on the ball field for level. But me nah get through to Ann. No respect to this boss.
When I drop that reasoning there?
That reasoning there, I got drop between tomorrow and Wednesday.
All right. So which part
this week? Huh?
Where should we look out for it?
I'm actually going to do it pre-recorded. So I'm gonna make sure say it. May I make sure put in all the disclaimers. May I get all of my questionnaires where people need to ask ISAT. So anybody in this comment right now, when I can follow me on our social media platform at DJ Blazer, if there is something you would like to ask your member of parliament, send it to me.
You sure you said that right?
To the questionnaire, and
you sure you said that right?
Send it to you, and maybe we can share it. Maybe we'll get some nice points out of it and thing. You know what I mean?
All right, boss.
All of my Portlanders do the right thing for Portland. Them have up on the backbench too long. You understand?
All right, boss.
Portland was booming until about 1996, 97. I don't know what go on.
Portland ain't a booming and none.
Oh, I mean, Portland is booming. If even if foreigner them come back, money did there Portland. Things used to nice.
I hear you. Blazer, enjoy your dinner, sir.
That me I go do.
Later.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys, thank you very much. Let me say thanks to Vibes Corner Radio for allowing me the privilege to come here and just talk and do my thing. Let me say thanks again to my very resourceful friend, Kizzy. Big up yourself. You're underground, you're doing the work, and that is real love for country. If you don't know Kizzy, trust me, you don't know all Kizzy have is love for Jamaica, love for Portland.
Well, now where Kizzy live again? Not Germany, I want in 5
Yep.
days. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Big up Kizzy and my Teachfield friend.
Yeah.
She
And
not
thanks.
remember me from Teachfield days still, but
Remember Blazer.
yeah, no, people doesn't know. Remember, say Blazer is in the 2000s when we left Teachfield.
She know a Blazer. She know
You
I am
understand?
there. So me don't
Yeah,
know
but
that
you know,
there.
remember, little Joseph, when you hear somebody say Joseph,
I'm
no
a
bother
mother
with
me I talked to the other day and she said, hold on, not no Ranchil marriage. Me say
it.
yes.
Yeah.
All right. So thanks to those of you who took the time out this evening. And as Blazer said, me I beg on, beg on, beg on. Can you please like, subscribe? All if you don't like, thumb down that work too. You understand? Like, subscribe, and share. That's the only way. And even the other day, I think it was Facebook send me a notification that now they're going to push my videos more because I'm getting a lot of
I get
positive.
you a lot of
That's
attraction.
how
Good.
the thing work. You
Right.
understand? If you don't
Yeah.
want the thing bigger and better, please help me. Like the channel. If you're watching back the replay, do not skip the videos. Make them play just 30 seconds. You're not go dead. Yeah. All right.
That
That's it.
is it.
Ryan, big up yourself. Thank you very much, Mr. Strawn.
Well,
We'll
I
talk
want to
another time.
want to a PNP friend. When name?
Oh, it's his anniversary today.
Oh,
So he's
okay.
celebrating. So
All
yeah.
right, cool.
Yeah, man.
All right.
I hope he's here next week.
Yeah.
Monday. All right, Blazer. Good night, sir. Enjoy the
All
rest of
right,
your
yeah,
night.
man. Big up yourself. Who we chat?
Cool.